Alright, DAIMA Episode 8, Things You Missed. Because of the RPG parallels, I have to point out how Tamagami number 3 addresses Goku like a video game boss. Do you seek the Dragon Ball? Like, that's the translation that I got in English. Goku running up the Tamagami's arm is similar to what he did in movie 4 against Slug, if y'all remember that movie. When Goku and Tamagami number 3 charged at one another, it reminded me of Goku and Super number 17 charging at one another in Dragon Ball GT. According to the Kaioshin, Goku has already acclimated himself to the thick air of the demon realm, which makes him a better fighter. Goku and the Tamagami have quite a lengthy, tense face-off, standoff, or stare-down, whatever you want to call it, similar to the days of old in Dragon Ball, Z, and GT. And the action commences once the hammer falls out of place, just like how Goku and Vegeta's first fight started. Both of these elements are things taken from westerns, spaghetti westerns from way back in the day that Dragon Ball, Z, and GT mimic, all the way in the series. Tamagami 3 can apparently shoot ki blasts, or just blasts, and these blasts seemingly track Goku as he flies away. They look similar to the ones that Cell did against Goku in their fight, and in the Dragon Ball Kai television opening intro. The two of them have an orgasmic looking ki clash like the one Goku and Vegeta had, or the one Gohan and Cell had, or even the one Goku and Jackie Chun had. But this may just be the first time the Kamehameha has failed in a ki clash. Then again, was Tamagami number 3 actually using ki? Because he doesn't seem to be organic. But anyway, the Kamehameha fails and Goku elbows him right in the belly just like he did to Raccoon back on Namek. Also, a cool little touch is that Naotoshi Shida stepped up big time in this scene, which makes this scene look super awesome. You can tell that he's the animator. Typically, if the neck is stretching violently, or if there's a lot of quick movements and rotations with the camera, stuff like that, all that action going on, you can tell if it's Shida. It's really easy to pick up on him. It's hard to see, but Goku definitely hits SS2 right before firing the Kamehameha, and he remains in that state until Tamagami number 3 concedes the fight. Speaking of which, the Tamagami does concede the ball like the evil dragons would in Dragon Ball GT. But just like with the 5-star and 7-star dragon in GT, there's a catch. Goku needs to correctly answer which cup the ball is hidden within. Goku having to guess which cup the ball is hidden under is very video game-like, but of course it was a trick and Goku got the ball anyway. There's a potential hint to the Saiyans or Saiyans in the dub. Well, you know what? It's Saiyans. I'm gonna keep it with that. Actually being from the demon realm. There's a hint that they're actually, from the demon realm. Pansy tells Goku that because he was able to transform and shoot light from his hands, he used magic. This could mean that the whole Saiyan race, yeah, that's right, the whole Saiyan race originated from the demon realm. They do have pointy ears when they're in their grade 8 forms or Ozaru forms, and I believe the GT Perfect files state that they were originally began in those big giant 8 forms and evolved into the humanoid versions that you see Goku and Vegeta. So they could actually be from the demon realm. I wouldn't be surprised with the amount of retcons that this show has been having so far, especially with the one to come in this video. Stay tuned for that. Because Goku defeated the Tamagami, Glorio knows that rumors of a spiky-haired boy with a red stick will spread like wildfire, just like rumors of the Golden Warrior and the Great Saiyaman. While watching Buu Arc home video, the guest spots Arinsu on Earth after Vegeta had sacrificed himself versus Buu, and it appears she already knew about Majin Buu at that point. Goma says it was probably Dabra, otherwise known as Deborah in the dub, who told her this. Dr. Arinsu walks into a room to ask a new character named Marba about how things are going on with their concoction, which they're using a fragment of Majin Buu to create, the same fragment that Dr. Arinsu went to the battlefield to get from Majin Buu. Or, I guess, the fragments that he left. Apparently, they've been creating Majins, but the previous incarnations were defective, kind of like the androids that Dr. Gero created prior to 13, 14, well, y'all know, 16, 17, were they kind of all defective? I mean, they all had obedience issues, and number 16 was said by Dr. Gero to be defective in itself, so I guess not, well, other than Cell. So yeah, until Cell. Dr. Arinsu tells Marba that she believes she was the one who created Buu, but Marba says it was the wizard Bibidi, which is interesting because this is what was said in the original manga. But in the 2014 Saikyo Jump 12 Buu Mysteries interview, years later, Toriyama stated that Buu had existed since time immemorial. But then Arinsu says that's not true because she states Bibidi didn't have the power, the ability that Marba had to create Majin Buu, and even more so that it was Buu who spun the demon realm into chaos. But that would make everything that I just stated to be a double retcon. Arinsu implies that because of Majin Buu throwing the demon realm into chaos, this is the reason some of the Kaioshin left, but even then, they were still murdered by Buu. But Arinsu says she won't tell anyone that Marba made Buu, presumably because everyone in the demon realm would be after her head, because she created Buu who caused the chaos in the demon realm, obviously. Marba sports the M symbol on her clothes, hinting at a possible connection to Majin Buu and Bibidi and Babidi, but Arinsu makes it clear that this woman created Buu. So does that mean Marba had a hand in creating Bibidi and or Babidi? Or is that M script signifying of something else? Arinsu said herself that she was incapable of creating Majin. Maybe Marba had a spell on Bibidi, kind of like Babidi had on Dabra, which is why they had the M script. Same thing with Vegeta, right? Maybe they have a connection to each other. Marba has Dr. Arinsu drop saliva in the pot to spread info to the creation without ever actually having to speak to it, which makes them easier to control. And little shadowy Boos appear from the smoke, from the fat one to the skinny gray one to the lean pink one and to the childlike one. And yeah, that image right there speaks for itself. And yes, like I mentioned last week, because I'm sure you all knew as well, Dr. Arinsu plans on becoming Supreme King of the Demon Realm and is using Goku to get the Dragon Balls if her initial plan fails. Or I mentioned this 2 weeks ago when Glorio and Goku had fought. But everyone pretty much knew this, especially if you knew if the leaks were coming out. Hybeast is told by King Kadan to spend the night at a hotel with Vegeta and co. and wants mud-colored wine, which, of course, tastes like mud. And he'll use the money that King Kadan gave him to buy it. Vegeta demands Hybeast to tell him more about the Dragon Balls of the Demon Realm, but Hybeast tells him, "You're not even a king, but you act so arrogant." Which is funny considering Vegeta's a prince, actual royalty, who should probably be considered a king at this point. But the whole scene was hilarious, even Bulma was laughing. That's all the Easter eggs for episode 8. Check out more of my channel and my videos, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you on the review. Check that out.